possible. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All the meetings are at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Barbara Hebert.
Here.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Dana Isabella.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And I, Katie Bellucci, is present.
Resolution 183, accept the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of June 15th of 2023 and June 22nd of 2023 be accepted and the readings of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Isabella, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So passes. Is there anyone seeking to provide public comment this evening? Seeing nothing, we'll move forward. Resolution 184, the abstract.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 8B-23 for $624,172.57. Abstract 8B-23 prepays for the amount of $674,469.50 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Isabella, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry. Resolution 185, zoning map amendment 2023.
Town zoning map amendment. Consideration of a zoning amendment for parcels as stated here, located on Route 22, Salmon River Road and Superior Drive, changing the existing zone classification of said parcels from residential R2 to industrial R. And whereas it is regularly scheduled meeting on March 16th of 2023, the town board of the town of Plattsburgh received and placed on file a zoning map amendment petition for Schluter Systems, Inc., requesting an amendment of the existing zone classification of the previously said parcels from residential to industrial. And whereas pursuant to Article 7, Section 13.3, all proposed zoning amendments originating by petition or by motion shall be referred to the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board for report and recommendation thereon. And whereas the planning board did submit its report to the town board within 45 days of receipt of such referral in accordance with the provisions of said zoning ordinance. And whereas the town board has considered the zoning amendment and the recommendations contained in the report of the planning board. And whereas the town board finds merit in the consideration of a zoning map amendment. And whereas pursuant to the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, Article 8 of the Environmental Conservation Law, and the regulations promulgated thereto, at 6 NYCRR Part 617, collectively referred to as SECRA, the town board is required to conduct a review of the zoning amendment in order to determine if it presents a potential significant adverse environmental impact. And whereas the town board has received a Part 1 of a full environmental assessment form for the zoning amendment as required by SECRA, and whereas the town board, upon receipt of the EAF, desires to act as lead agency for the purpose of conducting a review of the zoning amendment pursuant to SECRA, and whereas the zoning amendment proposes to affect more than 25 acres of land and is therefore considered a Type 1 action pursuant to Section 617.4 of the SECRA regulations, requiring that a coordinated review with all involved agencies be conducted. And whereas the town board will coordinate with involved and interested agencies as appropriate and necessary for the review of potential adverse environmental impacts posed by the zoning amendment. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board declares its intent to act as lead agency for purposes of conducting a coordinated review of the zoning amendment pursuant to SECR, and authorizes all steps necessary to distribute the Part 1 of the EAF to all involved and interested agencies, commencing the requisite 30-day time period set forth in Section 617.6 B3 and I of the SECRA regulations, during which any agencies may object to the town board acting as lead agency. And be it further resolved that upon the conclusion of research satisfactory to the town board shall, pursuant to Article 17, Section 17.4 of the town zoning ordinance and Section 264 and 265 of New York Town Law, shall refer a full statement of the zoning amendment and map to the Clinton County Planning Board. And be it further resolved that pursuant to the provisions of Article 17, Section 17.4 of the town zoning ordinance, the town clerk shall cause a notice of time and place of a public hearing to be published in the Press Republican, a paper of general circulation in the town of Plattsburgh, at least once 10 days before the hearing date, with such notice also being posted in the town hall and given necessary adjoining municipalities and the Clinton County Planning Board and such other agencies and parties as required by law. And be it further resolved that notice of the said public hearing and a copy of the full statement of the zoning amendment shall also be posted on the town's website. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and attachments be given to the town clerk and the planning and zoning departments.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any questions?
Yes, the seeker has just filled out the first part, right? We're filling out the rest?
Yeah, so what we are doing is, it declares the intent to act as the lead agency for purpose of conducting a coordinated review for the zoning amendment pursuant to secret and authorizes all steps for part 1 and 2. So this is a procedural thing. We're seeking to act as lead agency. Okay.
And this is the property that's behind the Nice Egg and all of that from Salmon River Road.
Yep.
And Superior Drive is where the sales were?
I couldn't say off the top of my head, Tom. So.
Is it going to get into the residences that are on the Archie Berto Road?
It shouldn't. No. But again,
That's
this,
on the other side of the tracks sometimes.
right, but again, this is a procedural thing, so this isn't a determination tonight. This is addressing our request to be the lead agent. So we're not voting, we're not approving, nothing has changed by this action other than the next step in the procedural process. That's all that is.
Part of
Okay?
the petition
Yep.
process.
Seeing
We're not
that,
setting a date though.
we're not setting a date yet, no. Can I get a roll call on this, please?
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Barbara Hebert.
Yes.
Charles Costick.
Yes.
Dana Isabella.
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry, thank you. Resolution 186, July 2023, budget amendment.
Whereas the town may need to amend the 2023 budget to reflect changes in revenues and expenditures during the year, and whereas the budget amendments will be offset from existing fund balance or additional revenues, therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh authorize the following budget amendment as attached, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, discussion, seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry, thank you. Resolution 187, proclamation and recognition of the National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week, September 18th to 22nd of 2023, and I would just note that this proclamation was made by request.
Whereas more than 43 million Americans can't read or write at the most basic level, while 62.7 million lack basic math skills, as well as the credentials and skill necessary to succeed in post-secondary education. And whereas every year, 1 out of every 3 young adults drops out of high school, and whereas American Action Forum estimates that America is short an estimated 7.5 million private sector workers across all skill levels. And whereas adult education programs contribute to solving these challenges by helping Americans move along the continuum in their educational journey to achieve basic skills and get prepared for career in college. And whereas adult education programs in high schools and adult schools, community colleges, and community centers offer low-cost, high-value programs that upgrade the skill set of our citizens. And whereas the town celebrates Adult Education Family Literacy Week as a proud participant in the National Educate and Elevate campaign, which helps our citizens learn about all of the adult education options to attain their professional and personal goals. Now therefore, we, the town of Plattsburgh Town Board, proclaim September 18th through the 22nd of 2023 as Adult Literacy Week in the town of Plattsburgh, New York.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Caustic, is there a second?
Second.
Isabella. And this will be presented to the Clinton County Literacy Program for their celebration and activities. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The resolution does carry. Thank you. Resolution 188, appointment of Jamie Wright as the county clerk typist in the water department.
Whereas there is a vacancy for the position of account clerk typist in the water and wastewater department due to a transfer. And whereas interviews for the aforementioned position were held by the director and supervisors of the water and wastewater department of eligible candidates provided by Clinton County Department of Personnel. And whereas upon the completion of interviews, it is the recommendation of the director and the Water and Wastewater Committee that Jamie Wright be appointed to the vacant water and wastewater account clerk typist position. Therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the hiring and appointment of Jamie Wright to the vacant position of account clerk typist at a pay rate of $21.48 per hour effective August 21st of 2023. Be further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents for Jamie Wright's appointment with probation period of 12 months. And it is further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, the director of water wastewater department, and one be forwarded to the Clinton County Department of Personnel, and a copy be placed in Jamie Wright's file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, Wood, is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. I know of no need to have an executive session this evening, and in that spirit, I would accept a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Is there a motion? Wood, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.